Christian NXT One review covering Las Vegas and the world. If you're a fan of Adam Sandler, I'm sure you're aware that Happy Gilmore 2 is now out on Netflix. There were a lot of promotional campaigns around the movie, including one with Subway, where they were giving away different collector cups of the stars of the film, including, of course, Adam Sandler and Christopher McDonald, who is back as Shooter McGavin. I'm going to give you some thoughts on the movie. There will be some spoilers here, but these are just a couple of quick takes. I thought it was great that there were a lot of professional golfers in the movie, including, Scotty Scheffler and Brooks Koepka and some of the great, obviously, legends like Jack Nicklaus and Lee Trevino, for example. I thought that was a very nice, well-suited thing. Freddie Couples as well. There are a lot of professional golfers in the movie. That was quite fun. I thought it was fun that John Daly lived with Happy Gilmore. Just such a random thing, but truly hilarious. All the different John Daly scenes were very funny and entertaining. Well done on Adam Sandler and the rest of the production and film crew who came up with that idea for the script, having John Daly as Happy Gilmore's roommate. I think it would make sense about two crazy over-the-top personalities, because obviously when John was on tour, he brought a lot of, kind of rock star crazy stuff to the circuit. He was one of a kind, and he still is. There's no denying that. That would be one. Number two, I think it's very hard to do a movie that, 30 years later, how do you match the original with the sequel? But I think the sequel, considering it was 30 years later, I think it really did match up. It was nice to see Ben Stiller back. It was nice to see Vern Lundquist, famous sports broadcaster, back doing all the different golf announcing. Of course, Christopher McDonald being back as Shooter McGavin again. I think it was just great to see that there were some characters, a lot of them from 30 years ago, who came back for this film. Some of them, unfortunately, have passed away since then. But I think it was great that we got to see some of the stars back in the movie, and I'm glad for that. It's a nice feeling. And, the ending of the movie is, how would you rate this 30 years later? How do you make it a, technologically based, kind of futuristic of the times movie? And I think they did a good job of that, but I think they didn't also, ruin the original Happy Gilmore storylines of what you would expect from a Happy Gilmore movie. So I think the sequel absolutely adds to the first one. I don't think it takes away. I don't think it's just one of these, well, we've run out of ideas in Hollywood, so let's do a sequel to a popular movie from 30 years ago. I think the storyline moves along very nicely. Happy's got another challenge in his life, and wants to win money so he can send his daughter away to a famous dance school in France. And I think it's fun to see that he has kids that have personalities like him, and I think that was quite a fun storyline that they came up with. It really does seem like, it has been 30 years, and it does seem like that the movie itself adds to what you would expect from a sequel. But again, maybe some people will say that some of it's a little over the top, but I thought it was quite good. I enjoyed the funny, hilarious sports cut-ins with Dan Patrick. I thought that was a well put together idea. But the reality is that what's good about the second one is that it continues some of these storylines from the first one, and it's 30 years later. So I think that was very well connected, and it connects all the dots back, and it feels like it hasn't been that long. The fact that Shooter McGavin and Happy Gilmore team up, I thought that was a well-served idea of these two men who are trying to preserve original golf against the futuristic golf that the other organization wants to take the sport into. So I thought that was quite fun also. And again, it was nice to see people like Scotty Scheffler and Brooks Koepka and Fred Couples and Jack Nicklaus and Lee Trevino and John Daly, among other golfers, be in this movie. I think it does add to the sport of golf, absolutely. And hopefully maybe some fans will be into golf more so because of this. But I think it was a great job, well done. And I think there were some hilarious parts, and if you love the first movie, there'll be some really funny stuff that you'll laugh at in the second movie. So if you have Netflix, go ahead and watch Happy Gilmore 2. First, watch the first one if you haven't, which is on Netflix also right now, I believe, to the end of the month. So watch the first one, then watch the second one if you've never watched the first one, and we'll all connect together, and you'll get to see how these characters, connect. And it's hard to do a sequel almost 30 years later, but I think they did a great job. And again, I think the first movie then feeds into the second movie, and I think it does very well connect together. And there are some hilarious moments again where things you're not expecting actually do happen. So I think they did a good job of that. So go see Happy Gilmore 2 on Netflix. I'm Krishanik for C1 Interview. If you haven't already, please hit the like button below. Please hit the subscribe button below if you like the content to keep up with everything we have going on here at C1 Interview, and also ring that bell if you want to keep updated on everything we do, and I'll see you in the next one.